Joining me now, Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson. Speaker, we appreciate your patience very, very much. Welcome to American Bandstand. That's the way it works here.
Wait, you're the consummate professional, Professor Kudlow. You just did this with the Star Spangled Banner in your back. It's amazing. Flawless television.
I tell you what, the Star Spangled Banner is a darn sight better than some of the electric rock and roll I've had to put up with earlier in the week. But again, we appreciate your patience. Just I'm sure you've thought about it. Maybe you've seen the speech off the top of your head. What do you expect him to say?
I love what Aisha just said there. I think the tone is going to be very important. I've spent some time with the president, as you know, since the assassination attempt. He's in a great place right now, Larry. You know him well, as I do. In his heart and in his head, he's in exactly where the country would want our future president to be. We're facing unprecedented challenges as a country. Everybody's fed up with everything. The world's on fire. We need a president who is contemplative, right? And I think Donald Trump is in that place right now. You can see it on his face, on the countenance of his face. We know it by speaking with him and talking with him about the experience and where he is. I think it's an incredible night for the country and a great opportunity for him and for all of us.
When I spoke to him Monday afternoon, actually, interesting. I mean, all I wanted to hear was his voice because it's the first time I was able to get through after the assassination attempt. But actually, he was talking to me about speech writing. He was going to plagiarize one of my introductions that he had just seen on TV. I mean, he was right there into policies, and he just sounded like Donald Trump. I mean, that's the way he is. Right. So I was encouraged by that. Now, my point to you is you've seen a lot of these things. I've seen a lot of these platforms. This is the growthiest platform aimed directly at working folks, middle-class working folks that I've ever seen, or at least in 4 decades since Reagan. What do you think about that?
I think that's right. I think that assessment is right. It's streamlined, of course, but I think it's a reflection of where we're going to go in the new Congress. We anticipate that President Trump is going to win a second term, that we'll have the House majority and the Senate majority, so we'll have unified government and a time of unification for the country. We need to have an aggressive agenda to pursue, and so we'll do that. First 100 days of the Congress and beyond, you're going to see a very aggressive pro-growth approach. I love the fact that J.D. Vance was chosen as VP, and he stood on that stage last night and talked about the issues of working-class Americans.
Yes.
He comes from that. I come from that. It resonates with people. He can look right into the eyes and the hearts of America and say, I understand what you're going through. That's a really important component to the ticket. President Trump represents that for hardworking people, and we're going to deliver the policies that assist all of them.
You know, if you have a Republican in the White House and maybe a Senate Republican, your job's going to be much more fun, Mr. Speaker.
Oh, yes, it is.
Really,
yes.
I don't think I think you're a brilliant guy, but you haven't had that much fun so far in your position.
I've been a wartime speaker since I took the gavel. That's true. Newt Gingrich posted an op-ed several weeks ago. He said, Johnson has the most challenging speakership since the Civil War 160 years ago. I said, Newt, come on, man. You know, he said, no, you're doing an excellent job, but the job is very difficult. I had a 1-vote margin for 5 months. Yes, we will grow that majority, I'm confident, and the job will be easier and more fun, and we're going to have fun because we're going to be delivering for the American people. When you get unified government and you get conservatives, Republicans in charge of this, we will fix this mess. And I told President Trump, you could be the most consequential president of the modern era because, sir, we have to fix everything, and I think we can.
Well, he may have some coattails, which is going to help you in the House, too, as you've just suggested. Last one, Speaker Johnson, and this is something it galls me, but you are a constitutional scholar, okay, and you've been in court and representing that. Mm-hmm. Here's Joe Biden in recent times attacking the Supreme Court. Now, mind you, Biden is supposed to be defending democracy, accusing Mr. Trump of attacking democracy. Nonsense. Biden's attacking the Supreme Court, and more recently, really going back and saying, I'm going to pack the Supreme Court if I'm reelected. Now, I have no idea if he's even going to be their candidate, but whoever's their candidate may wind up saying the same thing. What do you make of that? He's going to pack the court. He's going to run against the Supreme Court's not on the ballot exactly. Donald Trump is. But what do you make of that?
It's total absurdity. It shows how desperate they are. And, of course, it's not even constitutional. Who cares? He's not hemmed in by the Constitution. He also forgave another couple $2 billion in student loans today, supposedly.
Today?
Oh, yeah.
I haven't even heard
announcement.
That.
Yeah.
Well, terrific.
Why not, right? They're not bound by any constitutional principle. Obviously, justices on the court sit for life so long as they maintain good behavior. That's in the Constitution. Whatever Joe Biden is proposing, it is dead on arrival in the House. I'm the Speaker. It ain't coming to the floor, Larry. I promise you that. That's nonsense.
You know, his hero FDR tried to pack the Supreme Court and wound up losing control of Congress over that. That was probably the low point of FDR. They're dumb enough to try that again.
Nothing surprises us anymore.
All right. You got a smile on your face. The vibe here is awfully good, isn't it? The vibe here is united and optimistic. Good vibe. I feel it myself. I've seen a lot of these. It's a good vibe.
Same here. The biggest in my life.
Speaker Mike Johnson.
Great to see you.
Thank you ever so much for helping us out.
Got it.
All right, folks, coming up here on Kudlow, why hasn't the head of the Secret Service been fired yet? All right? The evidence is mounting. We'll talk about it.